Namaskar. Let us understand the actualities of the special status to whom it is given. What are the benefits and what is the actual meaning of special status? What is the special package given in lieu of the special status? Let us start with the promises. The four important promises given to Andhra Pradesh during the bifurcation are: 1. Section 90 tells about the Polavaram project. 2. Section 94 tells about tax benefits to the industries. 3. The statement given on 21/2014 in Rajya Sabha by the then Prime Minister Shri Manmohan Singh with the strong persuasion and agitation of Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, the then MP, keeping in view the implications and injustice being done to the newly formed Seemandhra in the bifurcation process. 4. The recommendation of the 13th Finance Commission regarding the revenue loss to the state and arrangement of funds accordingly by the 14th Finance Commission. Apart from this, there are a lot of other sections and subsections too. But since the discussion and the demand is only on special status, let us understand what it actually means. We need to first understand the process of revenues of the central government and sharing of the same to the states. The central government divides parts of its revenue to the states in two forms: planned funds and non-planned funds. Planned funds. In case of planned funds, there would be a planning commission to specify the expenditure of such planned funds, and the planning commission prepares the 5-year implementation plan and schedule. The irrigation projects, highways, public health, and other such development initiatives are met through the planned funds. Non-planned funds. The expenses of the public welfare and salaries are to be met through non-planned funds. The utility of these funds is defined by the Finance Commission, which functions for a 5-year tenure. Every Finance Commission has its own way of functioning and allocating of non-planned funds after keeping in view the existing conditions and necessities. When did the special status category states begin? In the year 1968, for the first time, the Planning Commission has announced special status to the northeastern states like Nagaland, Assam, along with Jammu and Kashmir. Part of the planned funds were given as special grants, keeping in view their terrain, boundaries with other countries, and lesser scope of industrialization. The 5th Planning Commission in the year 1974 has given the special grants to another 7 states. Such states are called states with special status. The expenses of such state will be granted from the special grants from the planned funds only, not the non-planned funds. This is a very important issue. Now, let us just have a glimpse of Gadgil-Mukherjee formula. According to this formula, the central government revenue has to be first distributed among the special status states and then only to the other states. There were a lot of arguments for and against this formula from the states. Keeping in view all the objections, the Planning Commission in 1991, under the then Deputy Chairman Shri Pranab Mukherjee, has constituted a committee. According to the committee recommendation, 30% of the central funds will be given to the 10 special status states and the remaining to the other states. There would be a grant of 90% by the central government to the states with special status and 10% as loan. But for other states, it is 30%, 70% ratio. NDC, that is National Development Council, has approved this and has been in action from then onwards. Keeping in view the terrain of the newly formed Uttarakhand state, the special status was granted in the year 2002 and is the last state which has been given the special status category and has become the 11th state of special status. We need to have a few parameters to get the special status like the following. 1. The state should be the border state of our country to the other country. 2. 3/4 of the land should have hills, hillocks and mountains. 3. Very low standard of living. 4. Infrastructure and industrialization at the least. 5. States with revenue deficit. Though we don't have above set parameters during the bifurcation of our state, the then prevailing political conditions made the then government, that is UPA, to announce a special status to Andhra Pradesh, which was dodged and kept in dark for 10 years of their UPA 1 and 2 tenure. The whole world has witnessed the way the democracy was killed in the Lok Sabha and stopped the relay of the proceedings. The bill for Telangana was forcefully passed and sent to Rajya Sabha. Here that we will get additional grants for the expenditure to be met under the planned funds only. Are the tax exemptions and concessions part and parcel of special states? No, not at all. They both are two different aspects. With the special status, we will get more funds to meet the planned expenditure and not tax exemptions. The process of tax exemption and concessions started in 2002. We need to have clarity that special category states are there from 1968. The tax exemptions and concessions are from 2002 only. They were mainly designed for the northeastern states as the majority of population was going towards terrorism due to unemployment and lack of opportunities, etc. Study was made to increase the accessibility of setting up employment-generating industries. The government has proposed this tax exemptions or concessions concept. This was given for 5 years to the northeastern states, and in 2005 to Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. As per the plan, they were supposed to be given only up to 2007, but have been extended twice, first for 5 years and then for 2 years. Out of this, in the year 2014, tax exemptions were taken back from 8 states, and for the remaining 3 states, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir, will be stopped in 2017. So thereafter, there wouldn't be any states with tax exemptions or concessions. These 11 special status states will be called special states only, but not the special status states. They would be called as either border states or hill states. In 2014, the BJP came into power, made the revolutionary changes in the system and the administration of the nation under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi. As per the 13th Finance Commission, there are no planned funds, no special status states, and no 30% funds to the special status states. Keeping in view the conditions of each state, the 13th Finance Commission recommended that any fund or the revenue sharing has to be there as per the need of that particular state. Earlier, it was 32% funds given to the state, which was then increased to 42%. The tremendous increase of 10% share to the states was one of the revolutionary changes in the BJP government and has also accorded a special grant to the states such as Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal and Kerala, those who are with revenue loss and facing difficulties. This special grant was given to these 3 states along with 11 special status states. They have confined this for 1 year for Kerala and West Bengal and for the remaining along with Andhra Pradesh for 5 years. Under this, Andhra Pradesh will be getting 22,113 crore rupees in 5 years from 1st April 2015 with commencement of the 14th Finance Commission. But for the voice of agitation by Shri Venkaiah Naidu in the Rajya Sabha, in spite of the bill passed in Lok Sabha, where it says the revenue loss to be filled from the starting of the 14th Finance Commission. We should understand here that the Finance Commission is a constitutional body constituted by the Prime Minister and as an independent body. The recommendations of abolishing special status states was done by the Finance and Planning Commission constituted by the then Prime Minister Shri Manmohan Singh. Their tenure was for 5 years, and as per that recommendation, the revenue deficit has to be paid from 2015. But as per Mr. Naidu's agitation, revenue loss to be fulfilled from the first year of bifurcation would have never been possible, as the law says that 14th Finance Commission would be taken care for the revenue deficit whose tenure is only from 2015 to 2020. 3,750 crores already released on this regard, and consensus on the balance amount is being arrived by the centre, which will be paid in due course, as it's not the centre's duty to pay for the revenue deficit because of freebies or any other provisions made during the elections by the state. There was a committee made under the leadership of Shri Sivaraj Singh Chauhan, the CM of Madhya Pradesh, to study the non-planned funds and their utility, their distribution based on the report of this committee, that is Chauhan Committee. Centrally Assisted State Plan, CASP, and Externally Aided Project, EAP. Between these two, CASP occupies the major portion. All the states except the 11 special status states will get 60% and the 11 states will get 90%. What is EAP? The central government takes funds from the World Bank or Asian Development Bank or other foreign financial institutions as loans and gives to all the states. In such cases, 60% is borne by the central and 40% is borne by the state. For the special status states, the ratio would be 90% by the central and only 10% by the states. If other states avail such funds under EAP, they need to bear the entire loan repayment. But the centre has announced that if we follow the same procedure of special status states for Andhra through EAP, the procedure would be similar to the special status states, which is a very important feature of the special package. Now, in the case of Andhra Pradesh, when the central government has agreed and announced a very special package covering much more than what is in the special category states, and has also, in record time of 2.5 years, sanctioned it and got most institutions to work in temporary places with sincere efforts contributing for overall development of the state. The following are the various developmental programs and institutes which were sanctioned and are being funded by the central government. Also, the central government has announced that if there are any other losses due to no special status, it would pay back much more to the state to meet the losses. Now let us see other salient features of the package. More than 7,000 crores worth of AIIMS, IIT, IIM, IISER, IIIT, NIT, Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy University, Tribal University, Central University, NIDM, SPA, NSES, etc. 1. The educational institutions sanctioned and under process. IIT Tirupati 700 crores, IIM Visakhapatnam 680 crores, IISER Tirupati 870 crores, IIT Chittoor District 130 crores, NIT Tadepalligudam 300 crores, National Institute of Ocean Technology 250 crores, School of Planning and Architecture is heading completion, AIIMS Guntur 1618 crores, CIPET 25.4 crores. Addition to this, 10 mega projects are being planned. These all were to be completed in a span of 10 years, which have already been started functioning in temporary buildings within a year. 2. Infrastructure. 1. Polavaram project has been announced as a national project in the bifurcation law in 2014 ordinance, which was given on the first day of the government. 850 crore rupees have already been released in the past 2 years. From 2nd June 2014, the entire expenditure of the project would be borne by the central government, which is pending since 4 decades. 2. Nearly 65,000 crores or more highway projects were sanctioned, in which there are 392-kilometer national highways, ORR or Outer Ring Road of 186 kilometers around Amaravati, which will become one of the biggest outer ring roads in the world, and 452 kilometers connecting road from Amaravati to Anantapur via Kurnool. 3. National Waterways 4, along with the Krishna Godavari, Kakinada Puducherry will be developed. Agreement between Vizag Steel Plant and AP government has been entered, where there would be different projects worth 38,500 crores and employment for 3,000 people. 3. Energy. 1. Andhra Pradesh has been selected as one of the states in the Power for All program, and there is a shift over from Andhra Pradesh to Andhra Pradesh with 24/7 power. 2. Two numbers of 2,500 megawatt solar parks will be developed. In Anantapur, 1,500 megawatts and Kurnool, 1,000 megawatts. 3. 520 crores financial assistance has been assured for GEC between India and Germany. 4. Under Deen Dayal Antyodaya Gram Yojana, 325.6 crores sanctioned for electrification of the villages. 4. Airports. 1. Vijayawada, the existing terminal's capacity has been increased. 2. Tirupati has been developed as per the international standards and can handle 700 passengers, in which 500 domestic and 200 international passengers can fly out without any hassle. 3. Visakhapatnam, the entire terminal was repaired and restored within 5 days of Hudhud damage. 4. Rajamundry, night landing facility has been facilitated. 5. Kadapa, the capacity of the terminal has been increased. 5. Railways. 1. In 2014-15, 804 crores was sanctioned, but in 2015-16, the central government has sanctioned 2,554 crores. 2. The multiple model logistic park by the Container Corporation of India and Indian Railways worth 450 crores was made in Kakinada. 3. The name of Andhra Pradesh Express is changed to New Delhi Visakhapatnam Superfast Express, plying from Visakhapatnam to New Delhi, which was earlier between Hyderabad and New Delhi. 4. High-speed Wi-Fi hotspots in Vijayawada and Tirupati railway stations. 6. National institutions. 1. National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics in Anantapur district for 600 crores. 2. Kamadhenu Cattle Breeding Center with 200 acres in Nellore district. 3. Vocational training and rehabilitation for physically challenged worth 20 crores and recurring expenses of another 4 crores. 4. Regional Passport Office in Vijayawada. 7. Urban development and urban housing. 1. More than 3,827 crore was sanctioned by the central government and 7,500 crores loan from HUDCO for the capital city. 2. 3 smart cities were selected in Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam and Kakinada in the first phase and Tirupati in the second phase. 1,500 crores were sanctioned for their development. 3. Under the Housing for All scheme, 1,93,147 houses were sanctioned in the first phase to Andhra Pradesh, much more than any other states within 1 year, only by the special efforts and interests vested by Sri Venkaiah Naidu, in contrary to 13 lakh houses sanctioned in 10 years of UPA's tenure, whereas only 10 lakh houses were completed. But the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana PMAY has sanctioned 9,35,000 houses throughout India in 1 year, out of which AP was given maximum share and a subsidy of 2,835 crores were also given. 4. Rupees 1,000 crores was sanctioned for underground drainage in Guntur, 540 crores in Vijayawada and 460 crores for stormwater drainage. 5. 33 cities were identified as Amrut in AP and 588 crores sanction was made for Swachh Bharat. 6. Loan for new capital is being worked out. HUDCO, under the Hriday scheme, Amaravati was made one of the heritage cities. 22 crores were sanctioned. 7. In 2015, a principal agreement was made for metro in Vijayawada and the DPR was approved. Would all these be possible if the central government does not have sincerity to hold hands of Andhra Pradesh towards an overall developed state and with a single voice fighting then and now, trying untiringly to get the best to his mother state irrespective of the place he represents in the parliament? He could have very well sat down and enjoyed the music and drama there like all others, but did not do so. If at all the UPA too had guts and sincerity to make a law and ordinance declaring the special category status to Andhra Pradesh that day, where he requested for 10 years and not 5 years, pleaded everyone to understand and forced the then Prime Minister to announce in Parliament, but without leaving it there, fought for making it in law, which they didn't do, and this man is now being blamed for his virtues of standing and raising his voice over injustice and convincing his present government to come out with a much better deal to the state without expecting anything in return. After all, just think, what is this statesman always dressed in plain white dhoti and shirt as plain as his heart get, if such thing happens or does not happen, except a heart filled with joy that he could repay his part to his Janmabhoomi. With a spotless career of 40 years with sincere struggle in politics, he is the one who always stands for the values and beliefs of his party with utmost discipline and integrity. Last but not the least, and the most important, is the bill passed in Lok Sabha on Telangana and Andhra is very different from what the Prime Minister was forced to announce in the Rajya Sabha, along with additional assurances, just because of the hard, sincere and selfless efforts of only Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. Kudos to you, sir.